All right, so I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this video, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. No, I'm not doing this for the views. No, I'm not doing this to make myself look good. I'm doing this because this is what I believe. And number one, I want to start out with all of you that are saying these protests are just so they can destroy, so they can loot, so they can burn stuff. Well, at the end of the day, that might make up 10% of the people. And in reality, the people that are burning and looting are not there to protest racial injustice. They're there for their own reasons. All right, so the 90% that are doing it the right way, I absolutely support you in every way possible. And yes, I'm a white person, and yes, I believe that police brutality is a thing. And I mean, it's been made obvious. All right, there's a lot of racism. Pretty much anybody that's more worried about the merchandise and the money being lost, number one, you're further proving the point that money is the root of all evil because you're worried about the lost profits. You're worried about the merchandise that can be replaced. But those same people are not, that you might say, oh my God, what happened to George Floyd was terrible. But you're going to say the same thing if it was anybody else. And all of us would. We would all say the same thing if it was anybody else. If it was a white person, Asian, Spanish, if it was anybody of any color, yeah, it's awful. All right. And the fact that that was a 17-year veteran and he's had multiple complaints against him. Hell, the whole police department has had multiple complaints against him. All right. And then also it's exposing how many closet racists there are. Now, I watch a YouTuber by the name of WeebyENT. He is a black guy. And he said, if you're going to be racist, go all out. Don't half-ass it. And yeah, and I'm going to leave all comments open. And if you leave any comment that is racist in this video, you're going to get attacked. All right? You're going to get attacked. But it's hard to believe that so many people of my race, which I'm ashamed of, are blinded. They're blinded. They're all worried about, oh my God, the Confederate monument is being taken down. Oh my God, they're looting the Target. They're burning down the Target. But they're the same people, why is it, oh my God, they're taking down the monument of Confederacy. This is an outrage. But of course they're not going to be like, oh, a cop killed another innocent black person. All right, and okay, I say innocent. Obviously, he did something that was illegal. But he didn't resist that arrest. He knew he did something illegal. He didn't even run away when he knew the cops were called. He stayed there. So that tells me that while he did try to do something illegal, at the end of the day, he was abiding by the laws. And also, a lot of people use the argument that more white people are shot by cops than black people. You have to think, black people, if you're going down the road as a white person and then there's a black person driving on the other side, who's more likely to get pulled over? It's the black person. And it's not just black people in general. A lot of it seems to be that police target a lot of lower class people, all right, which unfortunately a lot of black people fall in, which shows that equality is not a thing apparently. Two people, they're equal, all right? So a black guy with tattoos or something goes into a bank and tries to get a job there. Then you've got a white lady who, she's dressed all nice. They're both dressed nice, but the black guy has tattoos visible. Who? All right, and yes, I understand you want more professional looking people. Say it's not a black guy with tattoos, all right? I mean, who's more likely to get hired by a bank? All right, there is some smart black people in this world, but it seems to be that the stereotype is that all black people are dumb and thugs. Hell, Trump himself called these people thugs. All right, he called them thugs. Now, about a month ago, there was a group of white people who went, I believe it was in Virginia. They went to the Capitol building with guns and protested. And Trump gets on Twitter and is like, these are good people who just want their lives back to normal. Well, you know what? So you're saying that the black people are not good people? Because they're not wanting their lives back to normal, because if it was the norm, then racial injustice is still a thing. Nothing gets solved. What they want and what I want and many other white people want for this country is for all of us to be able to stand together as one and fight a corrupt justice system that has been corrupt for years. All right, so yes, I support the Black Lives Matter movement. And you can sit there and say all lives matter. Well, at the end of the day, all lives don't matter until everyone's treated equally. Black people and Hispanic people are not treated equally to white people. All right. When you see a Hispanic person, your number one thought is, well, they should speak English. If they're sitting there speaking Spanish, they should speak English. You see an Asian, like the argument's that everybody that comes here should speak English. All right. I understand that. If you're having a conversation, and there's a reason that when you get on the phone call with, say, like the Social Security Administration or something, there's a reason they have the option for a different language, and that's because you can accommodate to. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go out and learn every single language or learn the same language they're speaking. But at the end of the day, let them be them. Don't, because in a way, that in itself is racist. Because you're like, well, they have to accommodate to America. All right, and I see a lot of people online from different countries saying, hey, America sucks. All right, you know what? We really do. Because we can, all right, I'm not saying all right, we have our freedoms. We do. Thankfully, we have the freedom to protest because, luckily, there hasn't been a lot of shooting going on at these riots. All right, if this was a different country, there would be shooting at like the government of Syria using tear gas and nuclear weapons on their own citizens. All right, I'm thankful that we don't live in a country that's going to do that, but at the same time, we live in a country where not everyone's equal. All right, now I'm not saying that everybody should be of the same class, because that's a whole different debate, and that I'm not going to get into that, because, and I understand I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash, and I'm going to get support. There's probably going to be, I'd say, split 50-50. 50% support and 50% of people who are like, well, all lives matter. All right, I'm not going to sit there and, if you're using the argument that all lives matter to counter against Black Lives Matter, all right, because if you're, the Black Lives Matter movement is not saying that white lives and Hispanic lives don't matter, and Asian lives, they don't matter. All right, it's not saying that. It's saying that we want to be treated equally as white people. And, you can say this is white guilt. I'm not guilty at all of being white, all right? I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of who I am. But just because I'm a different color than black people and look different than black people, and am from the state of Alabama, does not mean that I have to disagree with it. All right, because I agree 100% wholeheartedly. And the issue is that these people that are more worried about the looting and stuff, all right, rather than Black Lives, are the same people who criticize Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, and so many other athletes who kneeled for this social injustice and this racial injustice. All right. And those are the people that are like, oh, well, you see, at the end of the day, a veteran told Colin Kaepernick not to sit for the anthem. He told him to kneel in a more respectful way. And veterans supported Kaepernick because at the end of the day, they didn't die for that flag. They died for his right to do that. All right, and that's why they supported him, because he's exercising the rights that they are fighting for. And I support the military 100% wholeheartedly. I do. I love the country I'm in, but Donald Trump's whole thing about make America great again. Is America great if everyone's divided? Because at the end of the day, you cannot have a great country, a great America, until everybody is united as one. We all bleed red. There's no room for racism. All right. And at the end of the day, another thing, all classes should be treated equally as well. You shouldn't favor the first class over the lower class. I mean, So, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, everyone treated equally, whether it's class, religion, race, sexuality. At the end of the day, everyone should be treated equally. Nobody should be judged. Nobody at all should be judged. All right, you should not be judged. All right, say I was gay. All right, and I'm walking down the street holding hands with my man, and then some white 70-year-old man, or you know what? Somebody of any color, they're like, you shouldn't do that. There's children around. You shouldn't be teaching children that. Okay, that's your opinion. However, you're no better than me, because for all I know, you could be going, like, you could be, say it's a rich old white guy, like in his 50s. For all I know, you could be going to do cocaine, because cocaine is a rich man's drug. All right, it's considered a rich man's drug. So for all I know, you could be going to do cocaine. For all I know, because at the end of the day, the people who judge are the ones that are insecure about themselves. If you're sitting there judging somebody, you're insecure about yourself. So the point of this video is to say that basically this goes back to the Revolutionary War, when this great country was first made. All right, and of course then you got into slavery in the country probably 200 years. At first the country was good, then you started getting the slavery, and that's when the unequal treatment started. Because at the beginning, you remember when Great Britain was treating us unfairly, and we ended up rising against them, revolting, and defeating them? It's the same concept here. And back then they were saying, united we stand, divided we fall. Same fucking concept, all right? United we stand, divided we fall. All right, so if we come together and we help the fight against a corrupt system, this country would be so much better off if everybody's being treated equally. When you've got the old white lady and the young black man walking down the same sidewalk, and the old white lady greets him instead of pulling her purse closer to her body. All right, when the police pull you over and is respectful to you, the police pulls over a young black man and is respectful. He doesn't immediately assume that he's got drugs, doesn't immediately slap him in handcuffs, doesn't immediately threaten to get the dogs out, doesn't immediately shoot him because the man's reaching for his Like, he asks for the car's license and registration. The man reaches for the glove compartment for the registration. Cop thinks he's getting the gun and shoots him. All right, imagine a world where everybody is you, and obviously that's not reality, because there's people that refuse to change, and then you got the people who claim, well, I can't help being racist, I was raised this way. Yeah, you can, because at a very early age you learn right from wrong. So, but basically that's gonna do it. But basically, Black Lives Matter. I support the movement 100%. And if you don't like it, you don't have to stay subscribed to me. You can unsubscribe. All right, you don't have to watch. All right, so I'm not doing it for the views. I don't care how many views it gets. I just want everyone to know that I'm using my platform to speak out and support my black friends and everybody. And I want everybody to be united, because, again, united we stand, divided we fall. And with that being said, Real American Studios out. Peace.